Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to our Mechbay series. Today we're going to be talking about the Starslayer, a 50-ton mech that I have seen quite a bit of on our Irby Derby campaign. Apparently is, fielded quite often by the Capellans, at least from what I've seen. And the reason for this is pretty obvious, I'd say, just looking at this build. It's relatively well made for the AI. You don't necessarily care too much about your armor, because the AI is going to be fielding superior numbers. So what you lack in individual survivability you make up for by just sheer tonnage value. And there's quite a lot of guns packed in here with relatively high heat efficiency. So Alpha Strike is 69 heat, but sinking 66 is not horrible, particularly when you're firing double large laser, double medium laser, and an occasional SRM4. It's even case protected, although this is not the most high-tech model. There are other variants, some of which include endo steel for their structure. It's a very, very hard-hitting, surprisingly hard-hitting medium mech, and I just thought we'd take a moment and see exactly how wicked we could make this thing if we try. So, free tonnage is going to be an issue. Right now there are jump jets, and there's also a 250 core, which gives movement at 5 on the move and 8 on the sprint. Very, very competent, very deadly. And so we're going to have to try to inch out tonnage wherever we can. First thing, I'm going to get rid of a small laser. We're going to try to build this out as a long-range 50-ton glass cannon type build. And because of that, we don't need the jump jets. I know you all knew it was coming, but we don't need the jump jets. Leave that to the mid-range brawlers, leave that to the Shadow Hawks, leave that to anything else but us, because the Starslayer is meant to be a, well, oh no, they have what? And then lots of sadness. So I'm not even going to up-armor this thing necessarily. We have 3.687 tons to play with. A little bit of an awkward tonnage, but if we take a look at what we can do with it, these large lasers have 5 tonnage, 40 damage, 18 heat. And if we go to the Clan ER large, we get 55 damage, 30 heat, 4 tons, not 5. So we actually save a ton on the Clan ER larges. So we're going to shove some Clan Tech in here instead of the standard large lasers. We do lose a little bit of range with that. We also build a lot of heat, so well, I don't know actually about the range. So their ER large is 700 meters. The standard ER large is much longer than that, 840. The standard large might be 710, 740, I'm not entirely sure. So if you take a look, 600. So we actually pick up a bit of range. That's very nice. Very, very nice indeed. We don't need the SRM4, and if we don't have that, we don't need the case. That's a full 9 tons that we have to play with. I like that. We have 5 different laser slots. It looks like 1 right arm, 2 right torso, 2 left torso. I don't love that so much. I'd prefer to have them on the arm, particularly because, you know, this lower arm actuator here on the left arm doesn't really gain us anything. We have no hard points over there. We can't put anything on there to benefit from the +1. We have our gun over in this side that, well, doesn't have it, doesn't need it. Okay, well, what we're going to do, I think, let's take a look at some cockpit changes, and I want a TTS energy, +2 accuracy. Oh, do I want energy evasion? +2 evasion ignored. Yeah, we're gonna go for the evasion ignored because I think that would be better as what this is trying to be, which is like a light medium mech killer, not really something that we're gonna be sending up against heavy mechs. So that'll be pretty good for ignoring our opponent's capabilities. I like that. It's nice. No need for command console, rangefinder, just for kicks and giggles, I suppose. Let's go ahead and put that in there. I'm not going to mess with any of the other sort of fancy stuff in there. We could, well, so we could get a Clan Guardian ECM. That is nice, but let's see. If I max armor this, I only have 3 tons left. That's not enough. Well, you know what? Let's give it a shot. So if I max armor this, then pull off the 2 mediums, we have 5 tons left. What can we do with that? Let's go over into PPCs. Clan PPC, 7 tons. Plasma cannon. No. Plasma rifle. No, not really doing it for me. Let's take a look back at our standard lasers. We could put in another... Ooh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's put in 2 more Clan ER larges. Oh, we're gonna need to strip armor completely. Just for right now. I'll put it back, I swear, I'll put it back. Some of it, anyway. What I need to do first, though, is I need to get an exchanger, because we are going to Alpha Strike for 120, which, actually, one of these gives 6. So, the standard heat exchanger is -10 for 2 tons. That'll be -12. The exchangers actually have the same exact efficiency as heat sinks right now. It's not exactly ideal. Heat banks could be better than that. Yeah, by 2. But it's not represented in the stats very well, so I want to try to avoid that. Let's just put in double heat sinks, see what we can get this down to. So right now, this thing is a fire and die, because we'll overheat ourselves. Okay, 4.5 tons. Let's see what we can do with 4.5 tons. We want, let's say, 75, 30. Let's go up to 50 on either of the torsos. And of course we want maximum cockpit armor, just to not immediately die. We should get tapped there. Maybe we don't need the full bit, but I've seen single SRMs, single LRMs hit the cockpit and then just would end up very sad. Let's go up to 50 on each leg. Okay, that's fine. And 20, can I get 20 and 20? No, I can't. So, alright, if I pull off one of these ER larges, our heat efficiency problem is solved. We can, actually, you know, let's try this. So let's go up to 60 on each arm. Still a lot more in the front than in the back for our armor here, because this guy is not going to survive long enough to really get flanked. That's okay. We can deal with that. I want to see if we can get to 2 tons remaining. Some sort of symmetrical armor build. Not super possible? Okay, that'll do. And the reason I want to do that is we're going to grab in standard ER, well, not standard, we're going to grab an ER medium, have that be our second weapon, and go over and grab one more double heatsink. So now we have this. And if we take a look at our heat efficiency, we're alpha striking 107, heat sinking 90. Importantly, this means that if we fire all 3 ER larges, but not the ER medium, we're relatively okay. So we're no longer going to completely overheat ourselves. It's not like we're packing, 5 or 6 PPCs all in the same mech. Overheat even an assault. It did take heavy ferro, but that's alright. And we don't even have an XL engine in this. If we did that, we could make it truly crazy. But I build too many builds with XL engine. It's almost like going into easy mode, really, because, sure, if one of your sides dies, you lose the mech, but if I have twice as much armor, the math is actually relatively the same, except I get to go ahead and shove a whole lot more goodies in there. Make the mech quite a bit more effective. And let me just show you what I mean by that. You are still hanging around this long. If we put so standard, well, we don't have space for standard XL. Yeah, Clan XL, we do have space, that's good. We might have to move around some of the heat sinks, but that's fine. Really not that big of an issue. 6 tons remaining. I could throw in the 4th ER large and a couple of heat sinks to boot. And let's take a look at what that would look like. Clan ER large, thank you. 3 tons left, so how much free space? I actually do have enough free space for this. I was suspecting that I might not, but we just barely have enough free slots. No, we don't quite. We need one more, so if that's the case, then we are going to have to go with a heat exchanger. So standard exchanger, 2 tons, minus 10% heat generated. And now we're alpha striking for 108, sinking 96. Same armor, no additional tons. Ooh, yeah, well, yeah, we'll die a bit quicker. In either case, this would be truly terrifying to encounter on, a 2-skull mission. It's gonna avoid your evasion, just slam into you with quad ER large. I would hate that. That would be absolutely awful. Alright, well hey, thank you guys for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.